This seriously bugging me. Cover it. Last night I had a dream about this video series that I was making, and so I had to put it in action. I don't know why I didn't think of this before, but I should have used one of my weaknesses and one of the things that was the longest for me to learn to do. So guys, I am starting a new series. So in this new series, and no, I don't have the times up. I don't know exactly when or how often I'll be doing this series. I don't know if it'll be a once a week or once a month thing or whatever. We're just sort of going to fall into it, and I don't have an exact name for it yet either. But guys, here's what I'm going to do in these series. In each video, I'm going to take 3 foundations, and I am going to find the one that best covers my birthmark. Now, for those of you that's been watching for a while, you know I've got a really dark, really big birthmark on my left eye. Insert picture here. It took me years to figure out and perfect the technique of covering it. Now, usually I'll use a color corrector to cover it, and there are other techniques. There's concealer you put on your foundation and everything else that will cover it. But I want to find that foundation that needs no color corrector, needs no concealer to cover the birthmark. 3 foundations battle head on to try to cover this birthmark. So guys, if you are interested in seeing what happened and what 3 foundations I picked out for this video, just keep watching. Doing. Now, before we get started, for those of you that are new here, my name is Mandy, and welcome to the video. Alright guys, now again, if you have been with me a while, you know I've been battling with this birthmark on my eye for all of my life. One of the things that was just the longest and the hardest for me to even attempt to figure out, and I still have trouble with it till this day, is covering up my birthmark. Now, on my left eye, I have a birthmark, and it's very big. It's very dark. It took me a while to perfect the technique to cover it. So, using color correctors and, of course, the concealer that we put on top of our foundation, there's no problems covering that up. And even I tweaked my eyeshadow just a little bit just to make it look like it's supposed to be there. But I am out to find the perfect foundation that's going to help me cover it with using nothing else. Without the help of a concealer and with the help of a color corrector, just a foundation, a full coverage foundation that's going to cover that bad boy all by itself. Now again, I don't know how often this series is going to be, but I will be choosing 3 different foundations per video. Those 3 will battle head on to try to cover my birthmark without using the other stuff. Now, let me tell you how I come up with this idea. Now, guys, y'all might think I'm nuts, but I had a dream last night, and I had a dream about Taylor. Now, if you don't know who Taylor is, she has got the channel, That's Taylor. Well, she is a foundation girl. When you are looking for a good review on any kind of foundation, when you need help covering up your acne or dark spots, age spots, anything like that, of course, you would usually go to That's Taylor's channel. Now, her skin is, I'm going to say the word problematic. You know, she has a lot of breakouts, which she doesn't have as many now. I think she has found the perfect skincare routine and cleansing routine. So I think that has really been a lot better for her here lately. But used to be her skin was really prone to all kinds of breakouts and redness and everything else. So she set out to find the perfect foundation that would cover that. Well, anyways, I had this stupid dream about her last night. And when I got up this morning, I put 2 and 2 together, and I was like, you know what? Why have I not been looking for that perfect foundation that covers my birthmark? You know, if it covers my birthmark, of course it is going to cover if you've got redness or if you've got age spots, those dark eye bags. So if you have discoloration anywhere on your face, if one of these foundations or if any of these foundations all through this series covers up my birthmark, of course it's going to cover up the problems that you are having with your skin. If you want to help me name the series and figure out how often I should be doing it, let me know down in the comment section. Y'all can kind of throw me in the right direction on that one, because that's the part I haven't figured out. But anyways, guys, so the 3 foundations I picked for this video today is the first one, and this is one of my favorite foundations. It's the LA Colors Truly Matte Long Wearing High Pigment Foundation. Wow, that's a mouthful. Now, mine is in the shade Soft Beige, and I do want to add this in here. Now, a lot of these foundations, they might not be an exact color match for my skin at that time because I'm just going through all of my foundations, and some I've got in winter, some I got in summer when I'm a lot darker and a lot tanner and bronzer and all that good stuff. So I'm not looking for a perfect shade match. I'm just looking for the coverage. So if I happen to be using one that does not quite match my skin color, we're not even looking for that. We are looking for the coverage. But the first one is this LA Colors Truly Matte. Now, I love this foundation. This is one of my favorites, and it quickly became one of my favorites time I got it. I only paid $4 for this, and this outperforms some of my high-end foundations. So this is the first one that I chose. Now, the second one is, of course, one of my classic favorites. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation. Now I've got the type normal to oily skin types. Now, and this is also in 220 Natural Beige. Now, again, this has been one of my favorites for, well, ever since it came out. That is the second foundation in the battle today. And then the third one is, this is another one of my favorites, guys. It's the Revlon Age Define with DNA Advantage. Now, this is the Creme Foundation makeup. And, you know, I've been using this for so long, but it has since been replaced with some of my favorites. But anyway, so guys, these are the three that we are working with today. So let's go ahead and jump in. Alright guys, so I'm just going to put a little video clip down here or up there, wherever, of me putting on the makeup and how I do it. Now, first of all, I forgot to tell y'all, I do use two different primers. I use a mattifying primer for my pore-prone areas, which is right here around my nose, my forehead right here in the middle, and also my chin. So I use a mattifying primer for that, and then the rest of the face, I use more of a lotiony primer. So today I use the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer and also the Palladio, I believe, primer. Anyways, I will put them down here. Those are the two primers that I use today. I'm just letting you know that before we jump into the actual foundation, because I did use that before all of these foundations. Now, first one up, guys, and again, I'm going to put a video clip somewhere of me just applying the makeup and how I do it. Now, I tend to go ahead and dab it on my face, and then I will buff it in with a brush, and then after my brush, I'll go back in with my beauty blender and make sure that it is good and blended out. Now, the first one was the LA Colors. Now, again, this is one of my favorite foundations. But, guys, even though it says full coverage, it didn't quite do the job with no color corrector or concealer on top. So, I mean, I love it, but I think this would take a couple of layers for it to actually completely cover the birthmark. Now, I'm not saying it done bad because it did lighten it quite a bit. And again, I could work with that and work around it, but this is not going to be one of those perfect foundations. Now, the second one that I used was the Maybelline Fit Me. Now, here is a video clip of me doing that. And again, guys, it didn't quite cover the birthmark. Now, I think with a second layer of this, it would have been much better. But again, I'm looking for the perfect foundation where we don't need that second layer. I want the first layer, total full coverage, to cover the birthmark and nothing else. But you know what? This actually done a little bit better than the LA Colors one. So you might want to keep this in mind. Now, this is a very thick, creamy foundation, but I think it's absolutely beautiful, and I think it blends out very beautifully. But as far as being full coverage, it's not quite there. And, of course, the last one was the Revlon. Now, guys, again, this has been quickly replaced, and I've used this stuff for years, but it has been replaced since I've been trying out all these new foundations. Now, this is the thickest foundation that I did use today. But again, the coverage wasn't quite there, and I would have thought out of all of three of these foundations, I would have thought this one would have covered it a little bit more. Now, again, if I added a second layer of any one of these foundations, it wouldn't have completely covered it up, but it would have done better than the first layer. But as far as today, guys, and let me also add, for some reason, this was a little bit harder to blend out today. I don't remember it ever really doing that, or maybe I just didn't really pay it any attention, but I found it a little bit harder to blend out today, and I don't know what that is. I don't know what it's about. But today, guys, I'm going to say the winner of today's battle has got to be Maybelline. I think it covered it a little bit more than the other two foundations that I used today. And again, if I went in with a second layer, it would have been a lot better, but not completely covered. But as far as this being full coverage, I would say, yes, it's full coverage. But I'm looking for that full coverage. I'm looking for that total full coverage. So again, guys, let me know what you think about this series, and I can't wait to see the next 3 foundations that I choose to put to battle together to see if they cover it. And I've got a really good one that I'm hoping might cover it in one layer. So make sure you catch that video. But again, I don't know exactly when I'm going to get that up. So if y'all help me out in the comments below and let me know your thoughts on everything, it's down there. Just help me. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and become part of the Glow Tart family. We would love to have you. And I love you guys so much. And I will see you next video. Bye guys.